Social media, wow. It often requires some navigation, can I tell you? To not only market your small business, but also yourself. But what if you could get some helpful tips to get you started? Well, here to share some insight on the market and advice that we definitely can put into practice is Aalyah Campbell, and she's Managing Director at More Than Marketing. Hey, Aalyah, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm awesome. Thanks for being here with us. Aalyah, wow. Listen, social media has become like a whole new world by itself.
Right.
Like you just started out with, hey, but now it's so much and so many apps, man. Right. How does one navigate something like that?
It's difficult, especially when new social media keeps popping up. So once you got adjusted to having Facebook and Instagram, and then all of a sudden TikTok popped up, and everybody had to be figuring out a strategy for that. It's a lot. But what I always recommend is not to get too caught up in it. Just take it as it goes and just don't be too afraid to, just try something new with social media.
Is it important to understand which of the apps works best for you?
Right, absolutely, because there are different audiences on each of the different platforms. So on Facebook, it's not going to be necessarily the same people on Instagram, and definitely not the same people on TikTok. Because a lot of children on TikTok. So if you sell something that is for kids, then you probably want to focus on TikTok. But if you're selling to the parents for the kids, you want to focus on probably Instagram or Facebook. So you really have to know where your audience is and figure out where you want to be. It's always good to be on all of them if you can. But if you have to focus, just make sure you find what's best for you.
And even being on all of them, each of them requires something different, because I find that on Instagram, the photos work, but people really like videos.
Right. So when Instagram changed over to video content and reels, everybody had to be figuring out, okay, how do I do this? What do I do? What do I post? And people overthink it a lot. There's this popular thing that goes around. There's actually a reel for it, that everything is content. You don't have to be like, okay, I have to do this big production, pay hundreds of millions of dollars to get this thing made. You can just, record yourself in your house, doing whatever you're doing for your business and make it work. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be that complicated all the time.
Lord, Aalyah, make it sound simple. But I really respect people who are always putting out content, and I don't think it's easy for them. So let's talk about the engagement in the social media space, because people say, oh, do it for the likes, and we want followers, and we want all of that. But what makes the difference in one person being able to amass a lot of followers and likes versus somebody else?
Well, you see, the thing is with engagement is that a lot of people, as you said, focus on likes and comments and all that, and it's great. But what you really want to try and do, especially for a small business, is build a community. You want a community of loyal people that actually care about what you're doing, and not just people who are passing through and just, okay, this is fun, this is cute, I'm going to like it, and I'm going to leave and never come back. You really want to build a community. And I find that when people focus on building a community rather than just amassing likes or comments, they tend to do a lot better on social media than
and it's more sustainable.
Right, because it's more, people like authentic content. People want something that's real. They don't want to feel like they're constantly being sold to. It's one of the things that I always say to people, you have to do more than just sell. People don't want that, especially because now people use social media as like an escape. So they don't want to come from their 9 to 5 when they're doing all of this work and then just come and they're like, okay, buy this. They want to be like, okay, so this is something that I'm doing today. This is my daily routine of how I implement with my product. That's more what people are looking for on social. So you have to do a bit of that in order to really get your engagement there.
It's difficult to have a small business these days and not be on social media.
Absolutely.
But boy, sometimes the entrepreneur is so caught up with the business that they can't remember, say, oh God, I have to post this today.
Right.
I have to do this. What are the considerations? We said we weren't going to give them some tips, some practical tips. What do small business?
Well, one of the big things that they can do is schedule posts. So for a lot of people don't know. So with the Meta, which is what Facebook and Instagram now are, because they're both technically under the same company, you can schedule your posts. So you can say, okay, you're going to sit down one Saturday. Let's say you have this Saturday off. You sit down, you take a couple photos, couple videos. You're going to be like, okay, I'm going to post this today, I'm going to post this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I can plan out your whole week. And that really helps keep you on track. There are other apps that do it, but I find it that it's easy when you already have the app on your phone, just go in and just do it one time.
So you can do them, put them in, and then it will upload it.
Right, when you schedule it. So you can schedule the day and the time and all of that.
What you say, Aalyah?
Right. It's a bit difficult. You can't do it with reels yet.
Right.
But with photo content, absolutely.
What you saying?
You just go right.
No, man, but that work, man. Then every day you say, have mercy, I never remember to put up the thing.
Right.
You just schedule a time.
Right.
And then you can put everything up. Also, what will As a business, what are some of the things that will engage people? Like sometimes I go through some business things and I say, oh, this is nice. And then some I see, but I just keep moving.
Right.
What makes the difference?
Well, what we recommend is using attention grabbers, but then you also have to know what grabs the attention of who your audience is. So for example, what might grab your attention about something is not going to grab my attention. So you have to be careful as a business. You have to know who you're selling to or who you're promoting to. But using attention grabbers, for example, is your hair falling out? Do you need a babysitter? Ready to go out and your car broke down? Something like that, so to really get your message across without doing all of it too much. No, you don't have to do necessarily all of that big leading up like, oh, well, stuck here, etc., 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 and you go on and on and on. Because people's attention span, especially now with TikTok and all the video content, it's extremely small. So you don't really want to overcomplicate it too much when it comes to attention grabbing.
No. Okay, Lauren's gonna kill me because I went all over the place. Because now I'm gonna say, use relevant hashtags. Hey, Lauren. Yeah, use relevant hashtags is a thing. Sometimes I see them and the hashtag is more than the text in the post.
Right. I don't like to overdo it, right? So there are certain popular hashtags, especially in Jamaica. You have ones like Small Business Jamaica, Jamaican Company. Then there's one specific. So for example, if you do lashes, Jamaican Lash Technician, Jamaican Hairstylist. Because when people, for example, I said this a lot now, is that people use Instagram kind of like the directory. So I would type in Jamaican hairstylist and I'll scroll through and I'll see, because I need a hairstylist and I'm not sure how to find them. I don't want to go through all the individual pages. So I see all of this content ready to look at. So I find relevant hashtags really, I think it's important.
Because it will direct you to where I am if I use the hashtag.
Right, and it makes it so much easier for you to find what you're looking for. You find a style, you find a stylist, and then you go and you book. I personally, in the past week, have bought through using hashtag. I've found companies I want to work with through hashtags. So I definitely think it's something people should do.
Well, why them never carry Aalyah coming from long time, Bennett? Because I'm so bad at it. All right, so we told you guys, here are the tips, and you've been seeing it on the screen. Use attention grabbers, use relevant hashtags, be authentic and post consistently. Think of the content you save, share, and create similar content.
Right, so if you see something, for example, you're a makeup artist, right? And there are some makeup artists that you love and you love their work and you really want to get your makeup done by them. Look at what it is about them that makes you want to work with them. What is it about them that makes you want, okay, I'm going to save this post. Oh, I need to save this for later. Oh, I need to share this with a friend. What is it about it? And then see if you can implement that with your own business.
Yeah, of course, my fellow actors all the time, because I say I go on the Instagram and I don't know if one is a chef or if one is a stylist, or because I see everything but acting going on the Instagram. So if I look for an actor, I can't find you. So it's important that you represent who you are.
Absolutely. And then, so that's how also, again, hashtags come into play. So you want to use all of these in combination. You don't necessarily want to do them one. You want to do all of them.
Yeah.
Kind of create like a comprehensive ecosystem for your business, you know?
Yeah. I like it. Where do we find you, Aalyah?
Okay, so you can find us at More Than Marketing on all our socials, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all over, LinkedIn, wherever. So More Than Marketing, so it's MOREDAN Marketing.
I'm going to just come in and say, Aalyah, this is the problem. Can you fix it?
Absolutely. Give us a call, all of that.
She'll go fix some things to me. Man, I tell you, I need fixing. Aalyah Campbell, Managing Director at More Than Marketing. Love it, and the young people winning, Give them some support.